Hello, friend. In this episode, I'm going to discuss or look at from a different perspective this idea of oneness, because I have heard from someone in the community a concern, and I could see how my ego in the past had a similar concern too, to an extent anyways. This idea of oneness. And the concern about this idea of oneness as being kind of purported in, say, spirituality communities or sects, that this, the concern is from the person I was speaking with, as that in this oneness there is a great loneliness. And right off the hop, we're leading with egoistic misinterpretation. Because when you look at things carnally, you isolate yourself. You try to perceive truth through a tool that creates lies. That being the carnal mind, the ego. It's not your tool for discerning truth. What's true about oneness is the opposite of loneness. It's complete unity of all that is. How could somebody be lonely when they're united with the all? So it's from that perspective, it's humorous that the carnal mind would be so far off base, but it shows, it's a validation that this is not the tool. The carnal mind isn't the tool for defining divinity and divine attributes. This is why so often when something profound happens, we are at a loss for words, because we have no way to explain it. Understand that even as I'm explaining this, I'm doing the best I can. And I'm affirming that I'm coming through clearly and concise and in a manner that those of you who are seeking to understand it may receive it. But how do you really explain love? How do you really explain God? How do you really explain oneness? Well, this is me attempting it. This is me attempting these things. And in the moments where I'm connected, Spirit can give me a nice little revelation that wasn't going to be how I would approach it, which is a blessing. And that's exactly what happened with the idea of the oneness isn't seen as to be isolated, but instead is complete unity. Are you alone when you're with your spouse, with your child, with your pet, with your best friend, with your mom, your dad, your family? Are you alone? Mind you, you could still be alone when you're with those people if you allowed yourself to carnally interpret and perceive for you. But if you recognize that in essence you're not alone when you're with them, you can understand how in oneness when you're united with all, including them, how could you possibly be alone? It takes the mind to lie to you, and for you to believe in that lie, for you to experience that subjectively. Is that what you want? Do you want the limited lie? Do you want the illusion that what is not true is true? Because you can change. You can change your perception. You can align with the divine mind. All suffering is sourced by the carnal mind. Have you had enough of the suffering yet? If you have, make the steps to refine the carnal out of your life, out of your experience. Allow that unity in mind, allow that oneness, allow that love, allow that bliss. It's only our carnal mind that resists it. You'll get this at some point. It's guaranteed. That's the perfection of creation. You'll get this at some point. Will it be this life? There's only one life in essence, as you are eternal. A little spiritual humor right there for you. All right, so consider that, contemplate it, examine it, and apply what's applicable. I'll close the episode there, my friends. Stay blessed, and we'll talk soon.
If you found any value in this episode, please consider sharing it with your circle. If you're interested in receiving some guidance, you can contact me at aswithinsoul@gmail.com. If you're inspired to offer a donation, you can also use the email aswithinsoul@gmail.com.